Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, students.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I hope everybody is fine. So even though only 5 students are joining our class today, but hopefully later on there will be more participants in joining the class today. So what are our topic today? Our topic today is about, well, actually it's on your Schoology already. So it's a bit late in the in Zoom in the yeah. So, but I believe we studied already in Schoology. So the topic is about what is that? It's about this one: if versus unless in conditional sentence. Okay. All right, so if versus unless in conditional sentence. Well, actually, it can be used in all conditional sentence. Conditional type 1, type 2, type 3, even 0, right? Okay, before going further, what are the purpose or the objective of learning this topic? At the end of this lesson, students are able to, number one, identify the social function and structure of and if and unless in conditional sentence type 1. So we focus only in conditional sentence type 1, not type 2 or not type 3. And then analyze a sentence using if and unless in conditional sentence type 1. And then you will be able to differentiate the use of if and unless in conditional sentence type 1. And then at the end, you will be able to construct or create a sentence using if and unless in conditional sentence type 1. Okay, so let's start. That is the learning object. Okay, before going further, okay, we're going to talk about simple present tense. Simple present tense. So look at this picture. Right. That man steals money at the shop. Yeah. Is that simple present tense? Yeah, this is simple present tense. The man steals money at the shop. Yeah, that's why he ran away. Yeah. Okay, and then a police arrests the thief. This is an example of simple present tense. A police arrests the thief. The man steals money at the shop. Simple present tense. Look at the verb here. Steals. Yeah. Why we are using s here? Because that man is a singular. Yeah. That man steals money at the shop. And a police arrests the thief. This is simple present tense. Hope you understand. Okay. And then another, okay, another sample is the thief is very sad. Is it also a simple present tense? Yes, it is also simple present tense. The thief is very sad. How do you know that it's a simple present tense? The to be, look at this to be, the verb here is using is. If I replace is with was, it's simple past tense. If I replace is with have been, it will be present perfect tense. So when I'm using is here, it is simple present tense. So why is it using is here and this one is not using is? Because the first sentence is have verb here. The verb is steals. And the second without verb, and the verb is auxiliary. Yeah. So there is no ordinary verb here, but it's auxiliary verb. The thief is very bad. So is the verb here. Okay. So next is another sentence is the soldiers are very brave. The soldiers are very brave. Are, we are using are here. Why are we using are here? Soldiers. Plural. Soldiers are very brave. Yeah, and then followed by adjective. All right. And here we have verb, and then here we have ordinary verb, and this one auxiliary verb. Ya, so ini menggunakan to be, ini menggunakan kata kerja. Ya, this is what we call a nominal sentence, is adverbial verbal sentence. Ya, kalimat yang tidak menggunakan kata kerja ordinary, ya, nominal sentence. Ya, see, same here too. So nominal sentence we are using to be like is, am, are. Yeah, the sentence has no verb. Understand? So these are example of simple present tense. The next is you need to know, before we go further, you need to know a simple future tense. Why do we study simple future tense and simple present tense? Yeah, because it's still related to our topic. When we are making a sentence in conditional sentence, those tenses is necessary, are required in this topic. Okay, that's why we are learning simple present tense and simple future tense before we go further. Okay, so simple future tense. Can you give me an example of simple future tense, or maybe based on the picture? Who can give me an example of simple future tense based on the picture? Or it's up to you. If you want to create a sentence based on your understanding, that's no problem. Okay, can you give me an example? Anissa Pratiwi?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you give me an example of simple future tense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Based on the picture or not?
No, sir.
Okay. Yes, please. Yeah, give me an example of simple future tense.
I will go to the shop.
I will go to the shop. Very good. That's correct. Yes. All right. Okay. And then who's next? Want to give me more sentence? Aulia Rahman? Can you hear me, Aulia Rahman? Aulia, are you there? No, you're not there. Muhammad who? Is only Muhammad here? Muhammad, can you give me an example of simple future tense? Muhammad, are you there? Muhammad is not there. Miranda, where is Miranda? Miranda, can you hear me? Miranda, can you hear me? Can you give me an example, Miranda, of simple future tense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please give me an example of simple future tense. Yes? Yeah, your friend before said, I will go to the shop. Okay, now what about your sentence? Using I will go to the shop.
I will go. I will.
Yes? I
I
will.
will cook rice.
I will.
Cook rice.
Oh, I will cook rice. Yes, that's right. Very good. Yes, I will cook rice. Okay, those are example of simple future tense. Okay, now have a look here based on the picture. What are the sentences here? Okay, they will get married next month. They will get married next month. Pay attention to this, to that pattern of the sample. They is a subject, will is will, yeah, that is indicating the future, will, and then after will is followed by verb one. Yes, and then the time, adverb of time is next month, future times. Okay, right. I will get married next month. Another example. My parents will travel to Jakarta. My parents will travel to Jakarta next month or tomorrow. Okay. So here, my parents is a subject, and then will, And then after will is followed by the basic verb of verb one or basic verb. Ya, kata kerja dasar ya. My parents will travel to Jakarta. Okay. Right, these are simple future tense. So we studied two tenses already, simple present tense and simple future tense. Right, so if you change this to be negative, then it will be they will not get married next month. Or here, my parents will not travel to Jakarta. So it's very easy, you just put not, right? So and the previous sentence is the simple present tense. If you change to be negative, the man steals money at the shop. So in the negative, the man does not steal. And then S is omitted. That man, that man does not steal money at the shop. And then this one, the thief is very sad. The thief is very sad. So you just put not here. The thief is not very sad. So when the nominal sentence, so you just put not here, but when it's a verbal sentence, then you need a helping verb like do or does, depend on the subject. If the subject is singular, then it should be does, and that is plural, then it should be do. This one also, a police arrests the thief. The police does not arrest, then the S is dropped. The police does not arrest the thief. The soldiers are very brave. And then this one is nominal sentence. The soldiers are not very brave. Okay. So now we go further. So now we are talking about conditional sentence. Yeah, because the topic is conditional sentence. If and in conditional sentence. Yeah. Conditional sentence have two parts. Yeah. When we are talking about conditional sentence, it has two parts. Cause and effect, or we call what if clause, and result clause. If clause is like a cause and effect action. Yeah. So both if and unless are possible. We can use if or we can use unless. Those are possible. Yeah, those are if and unless are possible to use in conditional sentence. Okay. Well, actually, there are four kinds of conditional sentence. Now, like I said in the beginning, type 1, type 2, type 3, and 0. Right? Okay, now, every type is composed of if clause and main clause. Yeah. Every type of conditional sentence can be composed. Bisa dibuat menggunakan if clause or unless. Yeah. So it consists of if clause and main clause. If clause can be replaced by unless. If can be replaced by using unless. Okay. It doesn't matter which comes first. Yeah, which one comes first? Yang mana duluan doesn't matter. Yeah. I will get a good mark if I learn my vocabulary. Sorry, there's something missing here. Yeah. I will get a good mark if I learn my my vocabularies, for example. Yeah. If I will get a good mark if I learn vocabularies, my vocabularies. So we are using if here. Yeah. Which one is the if clause and which one is the main clause? Ya, the position can be switching, can we be switch ya. Bisa di swap, bisa ditukar-tukar. Doesn't matter which one come first ya. Yang mana duluan, that's no problem ya. Yeah, the result clause can come first at the beginning of the sentence like this one. I will get a good mark. So it means this is the result clause, and the if clause or the cause if I learn my vocabulary. Nah, ini dia dibalik ya. If I learn my vocabulary, I will get a good mark. That can be too. So which one is the if clause and which one is the main clause? The if clause is, yang if clause itu yang mana? Nah, kalimat yang ada if-nya, it's called if clause. Yang tidak pakai if, that we call result clause or main clause. Hope you understand. Kalau dibalik bagaimana? If we swap the place, that's no problem. The sentence which has if, it's still if clause. Even though the place is you swap in the front or in the back. Ya, kalau meskipun di posisinya ditukar nggak apa-apa. Yang penting ada if-nya, berarti itu adalah if clause. If the second is if I learn my vocabulary, I will get a good mark. I will get a good mark ya. Nah, ini terpotong ya. If I learn my vocabulary, I will get a good mark. So which one is the if clause? If I learn my vocabulary. And which one is the result clause or the main clause? I will get a good score or I will get a good mark. Understand? Any problem? Question? Ada yang bertanya? No. Okay. Right. So now look at this one. How do we form if clause? Bagaimana kita membuat if clause? If clause, yeah, like we studied at the beginning, we are using simple present tense. Present tense. Simple present, yeah. We're using simple present tense. If clause is made of simple present tense. Jadi if clause itu dibuat dari simple present tense. And the main clause, and how do we form main clause? Main clause is made of future. Future tense. Yeah, future will plus infinitive. An example, if I learn harder, I will get a good mark. Okay, this one. If I learn harder, nah ini kan present tense. If I learn harder, I learn harder. This is simple present tense and is if, using if ya. I will get a good mark. So I will. This is future. Yeah. So there will be complete conditional sentence type 1. If I learn harder, I will get a good mark. If clause is simple present tense and the result clause is simple future or future tense. How about if we swap the place? Now we switch the place. Can we? Yes, we can. I will get a good mark if I learn harder. I will get a good mark if I learn harder. So posisinya kan berubah nih. Ya, the place is moved. So which one is the if clause and which one is the result clause or the main clause? Yeah, the if clause is the sentence which has if, even though the place is not in the front. Yeah, meskipun posisinya udah dirubah, that's fine. Yeah, it's still if clause because it has if, and the result clause in the front. Yeah, if I learn harder, I will get a good mark. I will get a good mark if I learn harder. No problem. Okay, here the if clause is usually indicate a real or possible situation that can happen in the present or in the future. What is the function? What is or when we are using conditional sentence type 1, for what purpose? What are the function of conditional sentence type 1? Yeah, it is to indicate a real or possible situation that can happen in the present or in the future. To express about possibility or probability in the future. That something is possible to happen in the future. That is the function of conditional sentence type 1. Jadi fungsi conditional sentence itu apa yang type 1 itu? Untuk menunjukkan atau mengekspresikan, mengungkapkan sesuatu yang kita pikirkan itu kemungkinan dia bisa terjadi di masa yang akan datang. There is possibility. Ya, for example, like if I learn harder, I will get a good mark. Kalau saya belajar dengan giat, saya akan mendapatkan nilai yang bagus. Yes or no? Is it possible? Yes, it's possible. Ya, ada kemungkinan. Ya, there is a possibility to happen. Possibility to happen. If you learn harder, you will get a good mark. Okay. Okay, it is also possible and also very probable. Masih sangat mungkin ya that the condition will be fulfilled, akan bisa terpenuhi. Kondisinya itu atau keadaan itu akan bisa terpenuhi. Ya, there is still possibility or probability. Masih ada kemungkinan. So something it's not impossible, not Ya, it's not impossible to happen, but it is possible to happen. Ada kemungkinan akan terjadi. That is the function of conditional sentence type 1. Okay, so here is an example of conditional sentence. Okay, look at what happened on the picture. If you don't drive carefully, what will happen? If you don't drive carefully, what will happen? You will get an accident. Yes or no? It's possible to happen. Yeah, sure. Yeah, if you don't drive carefully, you will get an accident. So be careful then. Okay, you don't get an accident now, but when you are driving, when you do not drive carefully, the probability or it's possible to happen that you will get an accident. An example, right? So here, if she studies harder, she will get her degree this year. Is it possible? Yes. There is a probability. Ada kemungkinan, ya. If she studies harder, she will get her degree this year. That will be probable, ya. That will be possible. I hope you understand. Any problem? Any question? Are you still there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you have question? If not, we go to the next slide, okay? This is an example conditional sentence type 1. Yeah, this is type 1. Don't forget, it's type 1. Okay, so now we are using if or unless. Yeah, unless. What does it mean unless actually? Unless mean the same as if not. Yeah, if not. Unless meaning is if not. If is only if, but unless is if not. So unless itu mengandung makna if not. Ya. It's just like if it is followed by a present, it can be followed by present, past or past perfect. Ya. It is used instead of if not. See, like I said, it is used instead of if not in conditional sentence. Yeah, in the conditional sentence in all types. Yeah. So it used to emphasize the idea or action, untuk menekankan idea or suatu pekerjaan. Okay, I'm gonna give you the sample here. So this one, type 1, unless is followed by present participle, a present simple present tense, because we are talking about conditional sentence type 1. Yes. Example, you will never understand English unless you study this grammar carefully. What does it mean? You will never understand English unless you study this grammar carefully. So the meaning of this sentence is, okay, the meaning is you will never understand English. You will never understand English if you don't study this grammar carefully. So like I said, unless means if not. Yeah, if not. It will be different. Yeah, you will never understand English unless you study this grammar carefully. It means if you do not, you will never understand English if you do not study this grammar carefully. So unless meaning is if you do not study this grammar carefully. How about using if? That will be changing the meaning. It will change the meaning. You will never understand English if you study this grammar carefully. Doesn't make any sense. Kamu tidak akan paham bahasa Inggris jika kamu, if you use if ya, jika kamu belajar grammar dengan hati-hati. Jadi nggak masuk artinya. Ya, kamu tidak akan pernah paham bahasa Inggris kalau kita menggunakan if you use if you do not study grammar carefully. Harusnya gitu. If you do not study this grammar carefully. So, the word if you do not study grammar carefully, you can replace by using unless. Jadi kalau kita menggunakan unless, nggak usah pakai negatif lagi sentence di sini. Karena unless itu sudah mengandung negatif. Ya, unless you study this grammar carefully. Ya, if you don't study grammar carefully. Got it? Okay. So now let's compare using if and unless here. Okay. You will feel cold if you don't wear a coat. you will feel cold if you don't wear coat. Yeah. We are using if here. We are using if here. And how about if using unless? You will feel cold unless you wear a coat. So if you don't, it can be replaced by using unless. Okay? But if it is positive, you cannot replace by unless. You will feel cold if you wear a coat. You will not feel cold. Harusnya di sini, if kalau kita menggunakan if, you will not feel cold if you wear a coat. Unless nggak bisa masuk. I hope you understand. You will feel cold if you don't wear a coat. You will feel cold unless you wear a coat. Okay. Next, you cannot go on vacation unless you save some money. Yeah, you cannot go on vacation unless you save some money. If you don't save some money, you can't go on vacation. So unless you save some money, you can change into if you don't save some money. Understand? Or you can't go on vacation if you don't save some money. Yeah. Not if you save some money. No, it's changing the meaning. Artinya berubah. Kalau misalkan di sini positif. Ya, karena unless ini mengandung kalimat negatif. Maka ketika menggunakan if, kalimatnya harus negatif. Kalau positif, unless-nya nggak bisa masuk. Okay, the last, if we don't hurry, we will be late for the show. Yeah, if we don't hurry, we will be late for the show. Unless we hurry, we will be late for the show. Yeah, it's this one. This one is using negative sentence. This one is not using negative sentence because unless is what is that? The meaning of unless is negative. Okay, right? Any problem? All right, so now we are going to have exercises. If you have a problem, feel free to ask, okay? Now, get ready for exercises. This one. Okay, put in the sentence if or unless. Number one. Who will answer number one? Can you? Can you? Putri? Putri Dini? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you answer number one? Unless or if?
If, sir.
Is it if? If you are caught drinking and driving, you will lose your license. Is it right? Yes, that's right. Artinya kan kalau kamu ketangkep lagi minum ya, minum itu maksudnya minum alkohol. Dan lagi nyetir minum alkohol, you will lose your license. Kamu akan bisa kehilangan SIM kamu. Jadi dicabut SIM-nya, oke? Okay? Right, so very good. It's number one is if. Number two, Anissa Pratiwi. Anissa.
Yes, sir.
Okay, number two. Can you answer number two?
Number two, the answer is if, sir.
If you stop smoking, you will be seriously ill. Kalau kamu berhenti merokok, kamu bisa kamu bisa kena penyakit yang serius. Does it make sense or not?
Unless, sir.
So what is the answer?
Unless.
Unless, that's right. What is it? Unless is if you don't stop smoking. Yeah, unless you stop smoking, you will be seriously ill. Yeah. Number 2 is unless. Number three. So who is number 3? Number 3 is the host, Mr. Ardi. Oh no, Miranda.
Yes, sir.
Okay, number 3 is Miranda. Can you?
Unless, sir.
Is it unless?
Yes, sir.
Okay, unless you stop making that noise, I will call the police. Artinya adalah, if you don't stop making that noise, I will call the police. Kalau kamu nggak berhenti membuat kegaduhan itu, saya akan panggil polisi. That's right, very good. Number 4, the last, Muhammad. Muhammad, who is Muhammad here? Muhammad who? Oh, sorry. Muhammad,
If, sir.
can you read?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please.
If, sir.
No, completely, read completely.
If you're late, I'll leave without you.
If you are late, I will leave without you. Kalau kamu terlambat, saya akan pergi tanpa kamu. That's right. That's very good. Is it a problem? Is it difficult? I don't think so. Okay. So you understand? You understand? Any question? Do you have question? Any problem? No? Okay. If there is no problem, I think that will be the end of our session today. Thank you for joining our class today. And I wish you a nice day, wonderful day. Thank you very much. And we close by reciting Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.